I'm Jeff.
I'm Stu.
And I'm Mike.
And we're Pickaxe Preachers.
Pickaxe Preachers.
So we are here at the lair of Pickaxe Preacher today. And guys, tell us a little bit about your latest video.
There's a big, turned the garage into a dive bar, made it fucking awesome. And then for the video, we had a lot of puking, a lot of drinking.
Covered all the basics.
And then we all get shot in the end.
By me. I shoot all of them.
Yeah.
Right before I joined the band.
Yeah, we had John do it with campfire pictures, and he did a freaking awesome job. Everybody he brought out did awesome. With the makeup, the lighting guys, the grips, everybody did a good job. And it turned out freaking sweet, man. It was pretty cool.
Now, you guys were telling me earlier that you started out as a threesome and Stu came into the mix later.
It had to be a foursome.
Three-piece. It sounds better.
A menage a trois?
Not with these guys. Maybe with different guys.
So how did you guys come about deciding on each other? Because I know, Mike, you were in the band Kill Whitey. Why don't you tell me a little bit about each of your backgrounds and how you guys came together as a band?
Kill Whitey was splitting up, and I wanted to continue making music and trying to do what I love, and Jeff was helping me do some tryout stuff for another band out in Chicago, and that didn't go through, and then me and Jeff were talking about starting a thrash band. So I was like, cool, we'll find us a guitar player, posted something on the old Facebook, and Mike hit me up. We exchanged a few songs and stuff like that, we're talking, and then had a tryout, came out, we all jammed, and right there and then we just knew we had something good going on. So
You didn't even have to call anybody else.
our first only tryout was perfect. So
Just cruising on Facebook. Yeah, fuck it, why not? I like thrash metal.
we jammed for about 4 or 5 months there, and then we had multiple bass tryouts, and it was a bear. And our good old buddy Stu and his band was breaking up too, and
We've all been playing shows together for fucking years. Me and Jeff, we had a band, Uncle Sleepy Fist, years ago, and it just made sense. Started jamming with these guys. It's been sweet.
And we've all known each other for what, almost 8 years now, and all different bands and jamming, and and now it just made sense. Yeah, get this to come together.
Now, how did each of you get started in music originally? Did you come from a musical family, or what were your early influences?
Guar. Definitely Guar. When I was a kid, I worshipped Guar. Guar and Minister is my shit. And first time I met Dave Brock here all day, he just inspired me to start playing. And the next day I picked up guitar, jammed that for about 13 years, and then started picking up bass. Yeah.
I took piano lessons when I was 10. I'd always been interested in music, and my sister got me piano lessons. And then I didn't really do anything after that, and I started out playing bass. A couple buddies of mine just wanted to start a band when we were like, 12, 13 years old. I was like, all right, well, I'll play bass, I guess. And picked that up, and then jammed with that for a while, played guitar in a few bands, and then I ended up I always, played drums as a hobby, and then the one band I was in, I was playing guitar at the time. Our drummer left, and we couldn't find any drummers who were good enough to play play his drum lines. I was the only one who could do it, so that's how I got into playing drums. But influence-wise, though, totally Chris Reifert from Autopsy. He's my idol.
I didn't come from a musical family at all. Always loved metal from an early age, and just never got into maybe playing instruments. Always a huge fan of it, and then one day I had an epiphany, and started screaming.
You were just mad at somebody, don't worry.
I was angry. I wanted to get it all out.
And the first thing I remember ever hearing is I heard like Queen when I was like 3 just like saved up and got when I was 8, messed around with it. And I didn't like too much what was going on, and nobody really in my area was really playing that much. So I just played like Van Halen records and a bunch of like Ozzy stuff, like Randy Rhoads and all those guys, and buying tab books, and just basically hibernated like a fucking sloth in my basement playing my guitar every day after school. And I wasn't in a band until I was 21 years old. I started playing with Bad on Fire for a little bit, and did a little bit of stuff, the Hopper Trio, but that stuff couldn't find the right fit and everything. And then once I saw his posts and I knew about Kill Whitey and everything that they were doing, moving, I knew Mike was serious. And we just came over and we all jammed one time, and it was just one of those things. I think we just all knew that was it.
Yeah. Came together actually fairly easy.
I think we wrote our first song within like the first 2 jam sessions that we had too.
It's still one of our favorites too. It's a cool thing.
Now, you were telling me the concept behind Pickaxe Preacher. Could you go over that again real quick?
Just mocking crazy preachers in the past. Our theme now is Jim Jones, and we're going to go with probably a different preacher with every album, and should be a good concept. Didn't want to do the satanic route. We wanted to maybe do the other side, because like we said you were asking us earlier, religion is almost crazier itself than Satanism. So we're gonna get the crazy preacher side.
Nice. Now, coming up, you guys are going on the radio, right? Which is that radio station again?
Raw Radio X, rawradiox.com. We'll be on May 29th at 8 o'clock.
Nice.
Doing an interview there and playing a few tracks off the album.
Nice. Now, for each of you guys, I always ask this question: what is your biggest musical fantasy? Feel free to pull in dead people.
Does it have to be music?
No, I guess not.
Biggest musical fantasy.
Right now for me is just to be on the road. I fucking would love to do a fucking a U.S. or Europe tour. I think that would be my fantasy. And
Europe would be sweet.
I think if I ever made it to Europe and I'm doing a tour with my band, I think that would be it for me. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, just thrashing around the world.
Yeah.
I'm fucking fine with that, dude.
That would be amazing. It'd just be amazing.
I have to agree. Europe would be awesome.
Yeah.
That's definitely where I would love to be.
Just the coolest part, even just knowing that people like on the other side of the world have heard it. You have access with the internet and everything. Just something that you're doing here in Michigan and just doing your thing around here and moving out in this area. But if you can leave and know that people on the other side of the world are listening to it, taking interest in that, there's nothing really cool than that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to tour with some of my favorite bands of all time too.
Oh,
just at least share the stage with them. I mean, I've got to share the stage with a lot of my idols over time, but there's still some bands out there that I've never got to share the stage with. So.
Oh yeah.
Play to a Randy Rhoads hologram like Tupac or something. That's my great right there.
Not the Michael Jackson hologram?
No.
I am too.
I can't grab my crotch that much, so I can't do that.
Okay, so guys, where can people find your music at?
We're on Reverb Nation, SoundCloud, Facebook. Pretty much those are the basics. You want to hear it. We're on YouTube. You can find our songs on YouTube and our music video. This is Pickaxe Preacher. Pretty plain and simple. Find it, watch it, listen to it.
We got the online store set up too.
Yeah. Our stuff's online for sale.
We got t-shirts, we got CDs.
And what else do you guys have coming up? Again, I think you had mentioned about another video.
Oh yeah, for my birthday. 30-30, having a big bash. Got some campfire pictures. Who did the Angels in the Ground video. They're gonna come back out and do it again. Just kind of not so scripted this time. Just kind of us just partying in our own atmosphere, getting all our buddies out here, have a huge bash, get it all on film, which has never been done before. But these bashes have been going on forever, and I'm surprised it's not on film yet. So I'm really excited for this. And, it should be a great one.
Nice. Any final thoughts, closing comments?
Support local music.
Yeah. Get out to a show. Even if you can't get to our show, go to a show.
Yeah.
And I'll be going to shows at the end of it. Show it for everybody.
If you listen to that crap on the radio, it ain't no good for your right brain.
I like that crap on the radio.
Big fan of the Britney Spears?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
My favorite.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for taking the time. I appreciate it. Have a beautiful rest of the day.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.